You're listening to William Tells, a production of Will Suit Music in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, hello, my friend, and welcome to William Tells. I'm Will Suit, and I'm happy you've joined us today. We have quite a program lined up. So pour a cup of tea and kick back and relax today and enjoy some music, get some ideas for future voice lessons or recitals. We'll be right back. So, today we're looking at songs about creatures. Songs about creatures. Now, if you've listened to my music before, you know that the songs are written to, for the most part, are written for voice students, so they usually have a purpose behind them. But I try to make them fun, too, so that you can enjoy them at recitals and share them with friends without sounding too much like an academic. So I hope you enjoy what we have today. These are available. Some of them are in the book In My Backyard, which is available on Amazon.com. It's also available at willsuitmusic.com, of course. And these individual songs you're hearing today are actually pullouts from the books that you can purchase as individual songs on Will Suit Music. If you're a vocal teacher and you're looking for songs to use in your studio, I would encourage you to consider these as well. Some of the collections have reproducible rights with them. You can read there and figure that out, but they're very reasonably priced. So if you have to ask your student to buy their own copy, that's no big deal. Please do so. And I appreciate it. It keeps the site up and running and keeps me going. I appreciate that. But more than that, I want you to get the benefit of using these songs. So the first one is a duet. It comes from the musical Il Gufo Il Topo, but it's a pullout, and it's called Forest Creatures. And the idea is there's a wise animal that this little mouse meets in the woods who's showing her about and warning her about the dangerous animals and introducing her to friendly animals and just acquainting her with forest life. Forest Creatures, and this features Lishka Bear singing a duet with me from a few years ago. Hope you enjoy it. Follow me and I'll introduce you to all. Use caution now and no harm will befall. Most here are friendly but some will do harm. Stay close to me always and hold to my arm.
See how the moon shines to show us the way into the night where the creatures all play. They're in the fern beds and pine needle beds, rolling with leaves on their heads.
There's a red fox on those big rocks.
Look, a porcupine.
A shining green snake slithers through the vines.
There's a firefly and a spider. Oh, a tiny shrew.
All buzzing and crawling around you. There's a red fox on those big rocks.
Look, a porcupine.
A shining green snake slithers through the vines.
There's a firefly and a spider. Oh, a tiny shrew.
All buzzing and crawling around you. I love owls. And anyone who's taken music lessons from me knows that I have penguins and owls in my studio. One of the majestic owls in the owl world is the snowy owl. The snowy owl. And I wrote a song a couple of years ago about a snowy owl. I recently edited it and made it a little more adaptable to someone who is studying music, and I think a little easier to sing than my original composition. But here it is, Snowy Owl.
Snow falls heavy all around on the frozen tundra. Down below, spread her mighty wings to soar high. She bravely keeps away the silent, save the sound of the creature on high ground. Hear the mighty snowy owls call, warning all the creatures down below. Spread her mighty wings to soar high. She bravely keeps away the foe. Hear the mighty snowy owl.
I'm sitting in my studio today on a day that's seeming more like spring than winter, and spring is pretty close at the time of this recording. But I think you would enjoy singing about the snowy owl almost any time. It'll bring you back to winter. Everyone knows that owls have big eyes, and they almost glow in the dark. On a moonlit night, see an owl sitting up in the tree and its eyes aglow. Kind of makes a forest seem a little more eerie and mysterious. And that's what this next song is about. Big round eyes.
Big round eyes search the night, shifting gaze left and right.
and maybe you just don't give a hoot about using that song, and you want to sing a song that says give a hoot. So here's a song that says give a hoot. Alishka Bayer brings the solo to us that works with the major descending scale, among some other techniques. Give a hoot.
Hey, Mr. Owl, why do you scowl when you see me? Tell me what's wrong, I heard your song high in that tree. Give a hoot, give a hoot. Give a hoot, give a hoot. Make no mistake, when I'm awake, I hear your call. Soft like the snow, your song is low as the night falls. Give a hoot, give a hoot. Give a hoot, give a hoot. Give a hoot, give a hoot.
A few years ago, actually quite a few years ago, right after college, I came home for a couple of months after I graduated and stayed with my parents over the summer while I looked for a job. And I remember the room that I was in was recently finished. Actually, it wasn't totally finished, and it was in the upstairs area near the attic. So there was an opening that had not been sealed yet into the attic. And the house being newer, the soffits, if you know what that is, the seals around the house had not been totally sealed up yet. They were still working on those parts. And my parents had just moved into that house. But I was staying up in that room. Every morning, I would wake up at 1 a.m. unexplained. Same time, every day. And I would just look over and I would think, wow, I must be nervous about something. I'm waking up every night at the same time. One night, I was out late, came in, and climbed into bed around 12:30 a.m. and was just barely dozing off when I felt something on my pillow. And then I heard it land on the table next to the bed, and the clock hit its eyes, and I could see them glowing. And I jumped up and switched on the light, and there was a flying squirrel in my room. And that's what was waking me up every night. I guess she had climbed in through the open soffits and through the attic and was exploring. But we had to seal her from getting into the house, so seal that up. But I've always been amused by that. And I thought of her when I wrote this song, standing in the trees, ready to jump from limb to limb, the flying squirrel.
Near the top of the trees hangs a nest made of leaves, where lives a star of the forest trapeze. As the shadows grow long with the nightingale's song, she stands on a branch with her wings stretched out long. Flying squirrel, flying squirrel, soars through the trees, limb to limb with great ease. She's the flying squirrel. The owl's head spins around, quite annoyed by the sound, as branches shake, dropping twigs to the ground. Still the squirrel does not stray, nothing stands in her way. She gathers food as the trees bend and sway. Flying squirrel, trees, limb to limb, with great ease. She's the flying squirrel. Fruits and seeds tucked away, she's not done, so they say. She makes a run through the leaves just for fun. Then she leaps from the tree and she lands on her knee, unfurling her wings for the forest to see. Flying squirrel, flying squirrel, soars through the trees, limb to limb, with great ease. She's the flying squirrel, flying squirrel, soars through the trees, limb to limb, with great ease. She's the flying squirrel.
Can't you just see her now, with her cape furling? All the other animals irritated by her disturbance in the woods. That was fun. Well, I think we've listened to enough animal songs today. I hope it stirs your curiosity, though, and that you'll hurry over to willsuitmusic.com or find me on Amazon and acquire some music for your students or for yourself about creatures. And there's a lot of other music you'll discover there as well if you'll look around. Until then, though, I bid you adieu. Why don't you write to us? You can reach me by writing to Will, W-I-L-L, at willsuitmusic.com. W-I-L-L-S-U-I-T, a suit, like a suit you wear. willsuitmusic.com. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Until then, though, remember that music is the constant voice beneath the progressions of life. You've been listening to William Tells. William Tells is a production of Will Suit Music in Atlanta, Georgia.